bitches in my lifetime who niggas pay all the bills. They put up. They work because they want to. They don't have to do nothing. They nigga pay all the bills, fund their life.
Yeah.
And they be cheating. And I used to be like thinking like if I ever could find, I haven't found them yet, a nigga to pay all my bills and fund my lifestyle. If I ever could find it, I would never cheat on a nigga. And then, no, because it hit me about 2 years ago. Once you get older, you understand. They be bored. Them niggas who could fund a lifestyle and work all the time, working all the time. Yeah, because if you funding my lifestyle and you taking care of me and my kids in the household, you work a lot. Yeah, I get bored. And Frank down the street, who ain't got no goddamn job, and his wife fund his lifestyle, he got time and he's slinging dick. That's how he got his wife. She paying all the bills because he sling dick. So I'm gonna go over there, have some fun.
So you gonna jeopardize your fucking marriage for a nigga who got no fucking job?
I'm not, because I'm a smart girl, but I understand it now. I didn't understand it before. I unfortunately got to a situation where a guy works a lot. And I feel like, I'm not getting the right time. And he do everything else, though. He paid for the hair, the nails, put me up, take me on trips, stuff like that. But I'm not getting the time. And it's like, time is most important. Yes, everything else is important, but...
No, you got, like, I think you saying you grew up, you older now, you still in that little kid mindset. No. And them old ass bitches that you was talking to,
seen somebody fuck a nigga bitch.
On that chill.
So you heard the young lady, she gave you the mindset of women, and a lot of the dudes that people will be like, well, he's boring or he's lying about female nature. It's just what it boiled down to, man. What it boiled down to is respect and fear, bro. If you don't have respect and fear in a lot of these relationships, you're gonna lose, bro. And I made the analogy about training dogs. I made that analogy. White people do it by the book, they do it right by the book. They do it by the book, they don't be abusive or they don't, yell and scream. And the dog get the training, but it's most likely to break training or test you, more likely to do it more often to break and test you than how black people raise their dogs. More aggressive, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more hands-on to be vague. But them dogs you don't see them leaving that gate or running away. If they do, they come back. White people, dogs be gone. They treat them really, really well, right? But same thing with a lot of women. When the attraction isn't there, it never was there. It was just, I just need I need this man for survival. Either way, man or female, because she spoke on both ways if you listen to her. When it's just, I need to be in survival mode. There ain't no really, especially when you locked in, as far as a marriage without a prenuptial agreement, or this nigga ain't going nowhere, she ain't going nowhere. The fear of losing that person, the fear, and you never respecting them. Or if women don't find you attractive, they don't respect you. If it ain't something about you, it don't have to be traditionally attractive. And women got taste. They got different tastes. But if she find you attractive, the raw attraction is there, you good. She gonna always respect you a little bit. That's why the baby father could be a deadbeat, miss 20 out of 20 child support payments, and she still a bust down for him. But a lot of times, a lot of men get with women and the attraction is not there. You selling yourself to a woman. You should never sell yourself to a woman, so why she should be with you? If you are gonna do that, you gotta hit and quit. But a lot of y'all can't hit and quit. A lot of y'all, when it's convenient, y'all can't stop. Y'all don't know when to walk away. And that's another video that need to really be spoke on, that a lot of dudes don't know how to walk away. A lot of dudes, even when they trick with girls, just for an experience, you might trick with a girl that you may think out of your league, which really not any girl is not out of your league. Maybe out of your price range based on how you look or your lack of social skills. But, that's just supposed to be a one-off or in every now and again, type of situation. A lot of dudes, they crack women and they don't even like them, and they it's just convenient, and that's how they end up in a relationship with a girl they don't like. You know what I'm saying? Because she was just a convenient crack, and after a while, she been around so long, they just, all right, I'll just keep her. But that girl most likely to stay with you and stick by you and have your back, real talk, versus versus the other woman that you chasing and try to get. And a lot of dudes that she talking about in the predicament that she speaking on is about guys being with women who pay all the bills. They don't like them. Them women are with them for survival. And a lot of women that the guy pay all the bills and she faithful, guess what? She was there when the grind was on. She was there before the grind began. And men are loyal, so they feel like, you know what, she was with me when I ain't have shit. You know what, cool, I ain't really tripping. I can retire you. You ain't got to work. Don't worry about it. And she respect that. She respect that. She fucking respects that. She respects it. She respects it. He respects her. Everybody talk about day ones and all that type of stuff, bro. That's so more prevalent in a relationship with a woman that was there. A man that was there. They understand everything that you done been through, all the ups and downs, doo-doo brown, scrub the ground. But yeah, you know, when them women, I'll guarantee you out of them that it was never an attraction. There was never an attraction. And when they locked them into a provider role, especially with a marriage or no prenuptial agreement, now you at her mercy. Now, of course, she bored. Now, of course, she gonna cheat because she know you the catch. This is why God said a woman must like you more than you like them. You know, that's why it has to be that way. It can't even damn near be equal in most situations. It has to be that way. And I get it. A lot of women try to spin it, but no, it's just their nature. Their nature is cowardly, bro. It's to do what's best. It's to do what's best for them. It's to do what's best for them. Everybody just parking like wild over here. I guess all this snow. But it's really to do what's best for them. And that's what people don't understand. That's why women don't get frowned upon for selling their cat for money. Other women don't condemn them. You know, this is why other women don't condemn, you know, women for being provocative pictures or robbing the guy, you know, or something. That's why it's really not frowned upon, rather if a man do it. But it's just simply boiled down to if you don't got in a relationship, if a woman is not attracted to you and don't like you, they don't fear you, or they really don't respect you. They really don't respect you. I'm telling you, attraction comes with respect with women. That's why you hear Corey Holcomb say all the time, you can tell your status with a woman by her attitude towards you. Some of these women ain't never buttered up. They never smiled when they seen y'all. They never was being soft to y'all. Even when you start kicking in with a woman and she masculine, she was trying to just woo you in to be soft. And then, when she get comfortable, then you start seeing her mean side. But a lot of y'all ain't never seen a woman's soft side. I used to talk to some of the most masculine chicks, man, but they never got out of character with me. I never had that issue. That was and if they did, they'll put them in their place. That's what women like. You listen to black women, they like to be put in their place. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of black women, they need to be put in their place, chastised. They like it. They gonna complain about it. But it's just so much things to the woman needs rule book to keep it a being with y'all. And then if you act the black woman needs rule book, the additional bio on black women for dummies. Like, bro, if you only learned it by the time you 21, I would just say move on. It's just too much there. But a lot of the women that they cheat trophy, Brad's wives, they cheat out of boredom, cheat with the personal trainer, cheat with the broke nigga because they bored. Women are meant to be useful, bro. This is why you got a lot of men that have their women work for them. This is why you gotta have a lot of men who make their woman very, very useful. They must work. They must, or let me help you start this business, because a woman that's bored is anything that's bored. Even when you get a dog, to make another dog analogy. When I first got Miles and he kept chewing shit up, the first thing the guy told me dog story, hey, you need some toys, play with them with the toys, lay with the toys so they smell like you, or play with them. And, you know, as soon as I got toys and found out what he liked, soft toys, squeaky toys, he liked to play tug of war, he stopped tearing my fucking shit up. It's the same rule applies, you know, even for guys to women. When a guy creep into depression because they bored. Most guys get depressed when shit ain't going right because they bored. But if guys start to work towards their goal, even start brainstorming and writing their goals down, they don't get depressed because you starting to make, you know, progression, you know, towards your goal, which is getting you deeper and deeper out of depression. Even guys that's be bored, you know, they just be bored. But you know what's funny about a guy, you know, a bored guy and a bored woman? A bored guy can entertain himself a lot easier than a bored woman. A lot of guys will just get on GTA, get on 2K, and they'll be at the crib in five, you know, 7 hours went past. I remember I had to really pull back on the game when Black Ops 2 came out. One day, it was like Memorial's Day. On Memorial's Day, bro, I literally was on the game from 8 in the morning, 10 in the morning, all the way to 6 in the morning the next day. I was like, yeah, nigga got a problem. I definitely got a problem. I got to fall back. I got to get on my P's and Q's, right? I was charging 2 or 3 Bluetooths on the PS2 at the time. And shit was crazy. But we have more hobbies to entertain us. We follow sports. We play video games. We work out. For women, really, what's their real like hobbies? When they get with their homegirls, they talking about sex. They talking about love. Everything they talk about revolve around sex. It revolve around some that link to sex most of the time. Emotions, what Brittany going through, or Brandon, love and hip hop. Now it's baddies. Everything is around sex and sex appeal. We got hobbies that's just around, you know, going paintball shooting, going to the shooting range, hooping, playing basketball, going to boxing matches. You know what I'm saying? Going to comic book adventures, watching, you know, comic movies, even the movies they watch, you know, shit like TV shows, L Word, Sex in the City, is, you know, a Twilight. It's always something to do with sex. So their hobbies is a little bit more like when you see the books and you hear the female book club they be having, or female meetings, the female group chat, bro, it's about some nasty fucking shit, dog. I keep telling y'all that all the time. So a lot of their hobbies revolve around sex. When guys get together, we talk about pussy for a hot second, but then it's LeBron, it's Kobe, it's stocks, it's investments, it's, you know, how the family doing. You know, that's how it is. So when you think about what she really saying, women are easily, you know, get bored quick. So you got to put them to work. You got to have them build their own business. You got to have them work for you. You got to have them on our team. That's why it's very important that you get a useful woman, bro. A woman that's smart, a woman that know a bunch of stuff, a woman that's resourceful, a woman that can go find information out, a woman that know how to cook, a woman that know how to clean, a woman that know how to hustle, a woman that, you know, that's smart, a woman that wants to be ambitious and wants to do more work, do more in life. I don't have an issue with that. All the women I usually deal with is, you know, professionals for the most part. You know, degrees or they want to work. I don't mind doing house chores. I don't mind doing that. Like, not the only nigga doing them, but if it's a time where she busy, I don't mind. I hold that shit down. I cook. I don't really mind doing that. But like I said before, when you look at these situations, bro, and then they go deal with a dude, all he do is lay dick all day. Just, you know, smack it. Why? Because she want the time. She want that time and that energy. But even at that point, that get a little bit old because they tired of this nigga being a bum, financial liability. But really at that point, if she dealing with a dude like that and her husband funding her lifestyle, the thrill is cool. But if it's just her and him and money started to get short or funny, she'll stop dealing with him. But they go find a husband and then they go get stroked by deer all day and come back to you posting you on Facebook and everybody know the bitch ain't shit. So really the whole thing you got to find is a woman that's attracted to you. That if they ain't attracted to you, they ain't gonna respect you. Especially in the black community, you know, not just physical attraction, attracted to you. What you know got to find a woman that's useful. You know what I'm saying? That know how to do things, that's smart, that's ambitious, that want to, you know, do businesses, want to work for you, want to do more. They want to, you know, they want to be mothers. They want to be creative with the parents, you know, or they want to go to parent teacher conference. They want to volunteer. You want a woman that, even if she want to just do philanthropy, she want to do nonprofits, you want a woman that's useful. That's very important. The usefulness of a woman. Very important. Therefore, her ambition is I want to open a smoothie shop up. Let's help her start a smoothie shop up. But if you got a woman that want to be a bum, want to be lazy, and don't want to do nothing all day, that's a red flag right there. What's she going to pass on to the children? She going to, bum lazy. That's what I said before. The signs be there. The signs be there, bro. The signs be there, man. I be trying to tell ninjas. The signs be there. But it's a lot of women that's like that. A lot of it started off with no fear and no respect. When you get married to a woman or she feel like you ain't gonna leave her, you get married without that prenup, that's a wrap. And she know your punk ass ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do nothing to her. She know it. But if she know you'll clip her wings, or you'll chastise her, or it's a prenuptial agreement, or she know y'all ain't married and you can walk away and she ain't got mad, bitch gonna be on her best behavior more than likely. But my thing is to save your grief. Save yourself the stress and the grief. My number one thing would be to do is to get the woman that like you, that care about you. And it's easy to know. They want to do things for you. They reciprocate. Sometimes they lead to do things for you. You ain't ask her to make no lunch. You ain't ask her to make you no salad for the next day. You ain't ask her to, take you out to dinner. You ain't ask for nothing for your birthday. You ain't ask her to fill up your gas tank or some shit like you ain't ask that. But she do it because she like you. And even, we don't never like the girls that like me. My thing is this then. Be prepared. If you don't want to do the work to get in shape, to work on your personality, work on your social skills, be a better person, be a better man, be prepared what come with going to purchase something, that going to buy a woman. When you go buy a woman, nothing good come from that. There's like a 2% chance that you buy a woman and she actually really still build affection and love towards you and care for you. It's a less than 2% chance the woman that you gonna want to buy, bro, it don't go like that. These are the same type of women that set you up to get you clipped to the upper room and get their insurance money. The kids grow up, don't like you, don't respect you. Nothing like that. I remember I heard Legion of Men say, oh, you just supposed to just pay the bills, get a hot wife and pay for it. Like, nigga, this ain't the 1960s or 50s no more. And I like his channel, but that's bullshit. You setting yourself up possibly to get your ass clapped to the upper room. But hey, don't listen to me, man. Don't listen to me, dog. Fuck with who like you, bro. OG told me one time I'm on the elliptical at the gym. I'm like 19, 20, man. I hope that old man still cool, man. He was a good dude. He give me advice. He just came up to me, was like, bro. He was like, young man, all sound the same, feel the same, and it's all the same. I'm like, what you talking about? Buzzy. I'm like, For the most part, my nigga Myron say when they get over 25, it's all feel the same. I mean, I'm telling y'all, man, some of the best sex come from some of the women you least expected. I'm gonna leave it at that. A lot of niggas say, oh, pussy, good pussy. I be looking at niggas like, you ain't been fucking enough. But nonetheless, and then let me end off on this one. Convenience. A lot of guys get in relationships with women and marriages based off the convenience of pussy, dog. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. Peace.